Don't get your feelings hurt. Read this.
Hello and welcome back to Payment's Void and another episode of Short Film Roundup.
Short Film Roundup.
You playing with fire? You know what they say about playing with fire?
Those who burn
if you count
first.
chickens,
Count your eggs before they burn.
Whatever floats.
Don't burn the coop.
No,
Don't burn the coop.
Two in the bush is
two
worth
in the bush is worth
save a penny.
No, it's a penny of the
time flows like a river.
I actually don't know what they say about playing with fire.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
I did it anyway.
Go ahead. Just go keep playing. It's fine.
So this is a show.
Yeah, and what we do here, we review and analyze user-submitted short films. Short films submitted by you guys, the filmmakers.
You're going to use up all the...
gas. I know we're in a crisis. Sorry.
It's our only source of heat. We are in a void. The reason you see nothing behind us is because there is nothing behind us. Back on Halloween, we were cursed by a demon, placed into a timeless, endless void of nothingness, and cursed with the task of reviewing short films for eternity.
Is that real?
That's real.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
If you want your short film reviewed here, you can submit it to us via link in the description. It'll click on it, give it to go to a Google form, and then you can fill it out and send it.
The white glove treatment that we're about to give to this film, Greg's Guardian Angel, we could give to your film too.
There's also this place called Film Alchemists that we have on Facebook. It's a little community that we're building. It's perfect for any filmmaker who is interested in being submerged in film philosophy and trying to figure out what makes films.
It's all about becoming a better filmmaker.
We got live videos, feature film reviews, all kinds of stuff.
Interviews, discussions, daily discussions.
Yeah,
with
so if you like what you
community.
see here on our YouTube channel, you're going to love what's going on at Film Alchemists over on Facebook.
It's a lot more.
Ask to join the group. We'll approve you as long as you're not like a jerk.
Yeah.
That's pretty much my rule.
That's the only requisite.
Yeah.
But for now, we are going to talk about Dan Kowalski's film, Greg's Guardian Angel.
Cool.
So let's talk about it. And Kenny.
Okay. Yes?
Kenny,
What?
Get us started.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, Greg's Guardian Angel, there was a tremendous amount of effort put into this, and there's so much about it that works that it makes me sad that overall the film doesn't. What I mean by that, it did make me laugh several times throughout. There were many jokes here that just didn't need to be there, like just one nudge too many. And then the end was really dissatisfying. You know, it's like we had all this set up for one punchline that was less interesting than 90% of the rest of the jokes.
Yeah.
Right? And if we're building up to some kind of ending conclusion, that needs to be like your home run joke.
Right.
If your short film is predicated on setup and punchline, that punchline has to be the winner, you know. And really, the best jokes were in the first act of this film.
Well, I think any of the jokes being made here that were really great were the ones that were plot related, right?
Yes. Yeah, and I think a common mistake of filmmakers that are making comedy, which I think is the
really
hardest
hard,
genre to get right.
Extremely hard. Yeah.
Very difficult.
And this did it great.
The best humor is humor that moves the story along.
Yeah.
Right? Or evolves naturally out of story. And a common temptation by many filmmakers is they have their story and they're like, okay, now we got to add in jokes. We got to find more and more funny places. Where can I drop another joke? Where can I get another laugh?
Right.
And it's when they come sort of organically out of the story that it actually makes you laugh.
Yeah.
Right? So a fine example of a joke that was forced in is at the break room. The guy comes in and says, "Oh, you just got a date with so-and-so, man." And he says, "Well, I've got a little help," and turns to the camera to wink at us, right? Which is has nothing to do with the story. In fact, it derails the whole tone of the movie because this isn't a movie where you break the fourth wall.
Well, yeah, and the idea here is that he's making it funny for the audience.
Right.
The audience is like, hey, he never did that before, and that's about it.
Right. But it does move the story along.
Yeah.
And I think a good rule for comedy as well as every other part of filmmaking is if it doesn't tell us something about your characters or move us along in the story, it doesn't need to be in the movie.
Yeah. I'd say one of the...
There's fat that needs to be trimmed out of this thing.
I'd say the jokes that worked for me, at least, are the ones that, like you said, move the story forward. When he talked about picking out the red tie versus the green tie, we see these guys.
Yeah.
Then
this is the best scene of the movie.
Yeah, we see these two talking about how his red tie looks so good.
Yeah.
You know what I hate? Green ties. Oh my god, I hate green ties.
And then the guy in the background gets all panicky.
Right. And like
it's a good moment.
It's a great moment. Yeah, it's something that it's really funny, and it arises because we got the context prior. You know, we had already found out something that happened, and now we're getting paid off for it.
Yeah. We know that the guardian angel said, hey, don't do the green tie, do the red tie.
Exactly.
And then this is the payoff for that joke.
And that's the payoff, right? Yeah. And that's what makes it funny.
Yes.
You know, rather than playing off of expectations and what we call jump jokes, where we have like the angel saying, when he says bye here, and he says,
and it goes on and on and on.
Yeah.
That was another moment that really sort of broke the momentum for me. And
right.
It just wasn't that funny because it was forced in.
Right. It's because
didn't matter.
It's playing off the expectations that generally angels or supernatural things in movies usually say something and they slowly fade away, but he's not.
And that's funny.
Right. It's just playing off of expectations.
Yeah. We've compared this to SNL skits.
Yeah.
Because SNL does do that.
Yeah.
Right? They find the places to sneak in the jokes because they have this set amount of time. They need to get some laughs in before the next commercial break, right?
Right.
Sort of fits their format. This is totally on par with SNL.
Absolutely, yeah.
But a skit is a skit. It's not necessarily a short film.
Right.
I feel like this, the amount of like time and effort we put into this long story with him, with the guardian angel, does really deserved a better payoff at the end.
Yeah, at the ending is the ending is probably the biggest.
Can we talk about why the ending didn't work?
Yeah, I mean, so this whole time we have the angel, you know, saying stuff over and over and over, always getting in his way. And you feel like we're building up to something.
Yeah, this montage is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
The momentum building up and the repetition of Greg.
He's always getting on his nerves. You feel like something permanent is about to happen. And then something kind of permanent happens where he gets this promotion offered to him. But the only payoff that we get is that he looks to the angel for help, and the angel doesn't give him help. That's more of a... There's no...
It's like a subversion.
Yeah.
But we don't have any reason as to why. Like, why wouldn't he have an answer?
Yeah,
right.
He's always had an answer. He's always had not just an answer, but he's always forced his way.
So the problem is this seems to have come by chance.
Yeah,
that he doesn't have an answer without a reason or anything. So again, it just doesn't seem to have a lot of meaning.
Right.
And I also thought it was funny how the last line of the movie he goes, that stupid angel, when this is the only decision he ever makes in the film on his own accord without the angel's advice at all.
He makes
he blames it on the angel.
Which is supposed to be the funny thing. Is that void getting to you?
Yeah. Void dust.
Void dust, yeah.
That's supposed to be funny?
I don't know. I feel like that's supposed to be the funny part, but I don't see the humor in it. Like you said, it's not paying off from anything that we saw before.
I thought it would be better if this movie was like the angel knew exactly what he was talking about the whole time. Every piece of advice he gives, he should be following, and it's like a butterfly effect thing.
Right.
Where it seems inconsequential, but like the guardian angel knows that if he used the black ink instead, then black ink suppliers would have had less, and therefore someone wouldn't have died or whatever.
Something about that actually specific scene when he's it's not that scene anyway.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Where is it? It's right here. So when he says, no, use the black ink, and he's like, why does that even matter? And then when he goes into his boss's office. At this scene, when he goes into the office, I immediately thought, oh, he should have used the black ink because he's going to say something right here that's going to impress the boss.
See, that would have worked.
Yeah.
That would have worked.
That would have been great.
That would have it would have been
if he's
story driven, right?
Yeah, he's like, is that blue ink on your hands?
Right.
Great.
Yeah. See, that would have been more of what worked in the tie scene.
Right.
Yeah.
The tie and the date also.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. The cookies part.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
When the girl's like, I love cookies.
Yeah, the cookies bit was actually quite funny.
It was funny. We have so much in common.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's like, yeah, we do.
Yeah, a lot of humor here that works really well. Another powerhouse performance from Tim Cox.
As always.
Transformed.
His head.
I mean, seriously, he went all in
That's
for this
some
role.
serious commitment.
It's
I love
actually
that.
rather disquieting to see him this way.
He looks very
It's
different.
like,
Very
oh.
different.
But yeah, it just has a little too much fat and a dissatisfying ending.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
That's really-
No payoff to our setup, or so it seems.
Correct.
I guess there's one other thing I'd like to talk about.
Sure.
And that's that animated opening credits.
Yeah.
Did it bother either of you guys that
The entire thing? Or what?
to me the opening credits seem bigger than the movie?
Yeah.
Like I felt like we were like
Yeah.
world building beyond our means here.
Yeah.
Beyond what's called for the story.
It feels like
It doesn't mean it's not cool.
right.
And maybe it ties in some way. You know, you set
does
up
a little bit.
Spatco, the
Spatco.
name of the company.
Yeah, the restaurant here.
You know, that's
The
cool.
music's good here, too, also.
And the music's pretty good.
Yeah.
And they had the little shadow of the angel coming in right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. But I think there's something to say for the means justifying the ends.
Yeah, when you have something like an animatic that takes up, I don't know, 1/16 of your film, it does feel a little off. It feels a little weird. It's like watching a trailer for a short film. You know, you're like, I could just watch the short film.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's also like this feels very inspired by opening credits to TV shows.
Sure.
Because it's making references to things that are supposed to like pop in your memory and be like, hey, there's that, there's
Right,
that.
right.
Except these are all things that have zero meaning to us in watching the opening credits.
Right. I don't know.
So
It
what,
reminds me a
is
little bit
this
of
foreshadowing.
It reminds me a little bit of Monty Python, and I feel like it's very.
It did have a Monty
inspired.
Python look. The
Yeah.
hand coming down specifically.
The
Yeah.
the way the clouds part looks exactly like The Simpsons.
Even their thumbnail, it's very much stylized in a very specific way. I feel like the director really wanted to hone in on this comedic style, I guess. It does seem to go a little bit beyond its means. I don't know.
I'm like the guardian angel.
I just feel like the short film should be the star of the short film,
Yeah.
and that this is making a statement that is not at all. It doesn't add at all.
It doesn't add. That's true. It doesn't add. Technically, this film was pretty great.
Yes,
Talking
It was
about the
shot
technicals,
well,
yeah.
it
There-
had
there
good
was-
sound.
there was some lighting issues in that restaurant, but
And in
Some
the
of the
beginning, and there were
lighting
some
was
color
kinda
issues
weird.
too. But
mostly it is pretty sound
it's mostly pretty sound.
And
yeah.
good sound.
with mostly good sound.
Yeah. So just want to point that out that we did see.
Yeah, we appreciate
Yeah, we
that.
know you're
appreciate
good.
it.
All right, we get that.
I also want to say that the wings on the angel were pretty great.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
they
good
look
costume.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Good locations too.
is it that time? Oh, that's the time we ask questions to the filmmaker.
You mean the time where we set aside where we ask questions to the filmmaker?
Well, that's that. Yeah.
Are you
that's
talking about the
exactly-
time where we set a time to do it in the film?
No.
Not that time.
It's the
Oh.
time where we ask questions to the filmmaker.
Gotcha.
What was his name again?
Dan Kowalski.
Dan Kowalski. We're going to ask questions straight to you. We'd love to hear your answers. Hopefully, over at Film Alchemist. I hope you join the group and just comment right under this video. Otherwise, post them on YouTube. And any of our other alchemists or viewers out there who want to chime in, if there's anything we've missed you'd like to throw up there into the conversation, or if you have any questions, usually our directors come back and answer those questions, and it's a lot of fun.
Yes, sir. Taylor, why don't you get started?
Take it away.
All right. Where did you get the idea for this? Did it just appear in your head? This is a question I asked in Film Alchemy today.
You did ask that. Yeah.
So where do you get your inspiration from? So where did you get your inspiration for this? And who are your filmmaking inspirations or influences? That's what I mean. Who influences you as a filmmaker? Bam. Bam, 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 bam.
Wow.
Very nice.
Wow.
Impressive production. I think you pulled it off quite well. So my question is, how many days of shooting did this take? How many locations? And what were some of your biggest logistical challenges in pulling off something with this many actors, this many locations, this many scenes? I mean, this is definitely an ambitious short.
Why did you make this film?
Why'd you do this?
We ask this question just about all the time, but this is it looks like it's a film that's made specifically for an audience, so you definitely make it for a certain kind of audience is what it seems like, but I could be wrong, so I want to know. And
finally, why is Tim bald-headed and dyed dark? So Tim Cox is normally sort of a ginger-haired guy with hair on top of his head. Sometimes he has facial hair, sometimes not. I mean, I dig it and it works, but did you have like a very specific idea of what this character should look like? Was Tim already dressed this way for another role? What motivated that? Because I feel like he'd have the same performance if he had his normal look and it'd still work. So what motivated that?
I'm just now realizing they have Spatco logos on their paper here.
Yeah, that's world building.
Details. Cool details,
man.
We appreciate details.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the proof is in the pudding.
The pudding. Have you had the pudding?
Ooh, that's a good.
Wow.
You can see where his head was shaved.
Yeah, that's kind of funny. That's method right there.
I'm gonna go watch Climax by what that
Gaspar
film?
Noé?
By Gaspar Noé.
They're playing that at the Void Cinema?
Yeah, at the Void Cinema again. So.
Will we cover that on Talkies Live?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we already did.
Yeah.
So we're just going to go watch it again?
I'm just watching it again.
Yeah, I'm down.
So, do you guys want to come?
I'm not going to
Thank you for submitting your movie. It was awesome and fun to watch. Please send us some more of your work. And I'll just go catch up to D there. See ya. Don't play with fire. You know what they say about that.